The movie is based on real-life events. In the opening scene set in Cleveland, Ohio, we see a young mother, Michelle Knight, happily playing with her little son, Joey. It's clear she loves him deeply, but her life is full of struggles. She's unemployed, broke, and barely surviving. Today, she has a job interview, and though Joey doesn't want her to leave, she convinces him. Her careless mother promises to watch over him. Michelle arrives at the workplace, which turns out to be a laundromat. But when the owner learns she never finished high school, she's rejected on the spot. Michelle explains she dropped out to care for her son, but the owner refuses to listen. Heartbroken, she returns home only to find Joey holding a bottle of alcohol, while a drunk man lies on the couch. The man harasses her and shoves Joey, injuring him. At the hospital, doctors notice signs of abuse on Joey and alert social services. During questioning, Michelle lies, saying he fell off a slide, but the officer doesn't believe her. As a result, Joey is taken into custody until Michelle can provide a safer home. Days later, she meets her old school friend, Emily. Michelle explains she's left her mom's rundown house and now lives with her cousin, hoping this will help her regain custody. She also mentions her upcoming court hearing. On the morning of the hearing, Michelle prepares to leave when her mother calls, saying she lost track of time and won't be able to drive her. Desperate, Michelle begins walking, even though she doesn't know the address. Hours pass, and she still can't find the courthouse. She stops at a store for directions, but the cashier can't help. That's when she runs into Emily's father, Ariel. He tells her the courthouse is a 45-minute walk, far too long, since she has only 30 minutes left. He offers her a ride, and relieved, Michelle agrees. Before leaving, Ariel mentions his dog recently had puppies and insists she take one for her son. Though reluctant and pressed for time, Michelle agrees. He takes her inside his filthy, disorganized house, claiming the puppies are upstairs. Uneasy, she follows, but once inside a room, she realizes too late it's a trap. Ariel restrains her as she pleads to be released. Instead, he slaps her, reveals his loneliness after his wife left, and assaults her. He rifles through her purse, discovers she's 21, and rips apart a photo of her son. When Michelle begs to leave, he stuffs a sock in her mouth, tapes it shut, and suspends her from a wooden beam before leaving her helpless. She tries screaming through the window, but no one hears. Days pass. She's left hanging, unable to eat or use the bathroom, while her family and police assume she ran away. After 3 agonizing days, Ariel returns with food. When Michelle refuses, he drags her to the basement, assaults her again, and mocks her by offering $10 as payment. He ties her to a pole, gags her with napkins, puts a helmet over her head, and cruelly says no one has filed a missing report, meaning he can keep her forever. Later, his mother visits. Michelle screams for help, but Ariel smoothly sends her away. He returns and force-feeds Michelle noodles. Despite his monstrous actions, Ariel tries to live normally. He even plays bass guitar in his rock band. The next day, Michelle, already battered, sees him break down in tears as he recalls abuse from his own father. Sensing vulnerability, she gently tells him that being hurt doesn't justify hurting others. For a moment, he seems swayed and brings her out of the basement, but instead of freeing her, he locks her in a bedroom, boarding up the windows so she can't see outside. Time passes, and Michelle remains trapped. Ariel brings her a TV, but forbids shows with black actors. One day, he hears her singing and joins with his guitar. Impressed by her lyrics, he asks her to write a song for him. When she shows him one about her suffering, he becomes furious, gags her, and storms off. Soon after, his daughter Emily visits with friends. Ariel refuses to let her go upstairs, saying he's already moved her things. Sensing others nearby, Michelle bangs the bed frame against the wall, but Ariel drowns out the noise with loud music, blaming it on the dog. Michelle's health worsens, but she clings to hope by imagining conversations with her son. Then, one day, Ariel surprises her with a puppy. Overjoyed, she finally has a companion and spends all her time with the little dog. But when Ariel forgets to chain her one day, Michelle tries to escape, puppy in hand. Unfortunately, it's a loyalty test, and when she fails, Ariel brutally kills the puppy before her eyes. Devastated, Michelle collapses in grief. Months later, Ariel abducts another young woman, Amanda Berry. Michelle learns of her disappearance from the news, as the police announce they've launched a full investigation. Later, Ariel brings Amanda into the adjacent room and forces himself onto her. After he leaves, Michelle tries to talk to the terrified girl, but Amanda is too scared to respond. Months pass, and Michelle discovers she is pregnant with Ariel's child. But when he notices her growing belly, the monster grabs a dumbbell and strikes her stomach, causing her to lose the baby. Weeks later, Ariel unexpectedly unlocks her chains, saying he needs her help in the backyard. He disguises her with a wig and sunglasses, then takes her outside. Michelle notices an elderly neighbor and tries signaling for help, but later that evening, when she hears police sirens, it turns out they were only there to break up a neighbor's fight. The man she tried to signal had not understood. Crushed by despair, Michelle nearly gives up on life, but the thought of her son keeps her going. Time passes, and she marks her son Joey's 5th birthday by pasting the number 5 on her wall. It's been nearly 2 years of captivity, and she still longs for him. Ariel abducts another girl, Gina, bringing the number of victims to 3. Neighbors hear her screams and even call the police, but the officer dismisses it, asking them to call again if it happens. Inside, Ariel introduces Gina to Michelle and Amanda, announcing that they'll all live together now. After he leaves, Michelle encourages Gina to stay strong, convinced that one day they'll escape. Meanwhile, the community organizes gatherings to mourn the missing girls. Families grieve alongside hundreds of others, completely unaware that Ariel himself attends, pretending to console Gina's family. Back home, he taunts his captives by showing them news reports, mocking how no one realizes they're so close. Then he assaults Gina, ignoring Michelle's desperate attempts to protect her. Years pass. On Joey's 7th birthday, Ariel is still abusing the girls, though they manage to endure. Later, they hear news that Amanda's mother has died of a heart attack, breaking Amanda's spirit completely. Eventually, Ariel unchains them permanently, wanting to play out his fantasy of being a family. During a meal, he shocks everyone by announcing that Amanda is pregnant and that this time, he intends to keep the child. One day, Amanda suddenly goes into labor. Ariel orders Michelle to deliver the baby and threatens to shoot her if anything goes wrong. He blasts loud music to cover Amanda's screams. After a painful struggle, Michelle successfully delivers the child, and Ariel beams with twisted pride. The baby girl is named Jocelyn, and though loved by the captives, she grows up never knowing the truth about her father. Years roll by. Jocelyn grows into a lively little girl, calling Michelle and Gina her aunts. She's allowed to roam the house but never go outside. Michelle continues to mark Joey's birthdays. By now, he has turned 14. Ariel struggles to keep a job and risks losing his home. One day, Jocelyn throws a tantrum, asking why her aunts can't go outside. Ariel silences her angrily, making Amanda calm her down. Then, one morning, Ariel tells his daughter he's going to his mother's house. After he drives away, Jocelyn notices he forgot to lock the gate. She alerts Amanda, who quickly realizes this is their chance. Amanda screams for help, and neighbors rush over, breaking into the yard and rescuing Amanda and Jocelyn. Michelle and Gina remain unaware inside, until police storm the house and enter their room. At first, Michelle fears it's another one of Ariel's tricks, but the officers assure her she's safe. They are shocked to discover Gina too, who has been missing for 9 years. For the first time in over a decade, Michelle steps into the sunlight, overwhelmed by the brightness and filled with joy at the thought of reuniting with Joey. The women are rushed to the hospital, their story becoming national news. Michelle wakes the next morning and asks to see her son. The doctor promises they'll try to find him. While Amanda and Gina quickly reunite with their families, Michelle is left waiting. FBI agent Jake Solano visits her for questioning. He brings her favorite meal, cheeseburger and ice cream, and though she's happy to taste real food again, the napkin he offers triggers her memories of Ariel gagging her with napkins in captivity. Later, Michelle's mother visits, but she refuses to meet her, still hurt that her mother never searched for her during all those years. When Michelle is discharged, Jake arranges a hotel room and promises to find Joey. Michelle meets Gina, who wants to move on with her life. Though close, Gina chooses to keep some distance from Michelle for now. Jake later returns with devastating news. Joey's foster parents refuse to let Michelle meet him and won't even share a photo. Michelle could challenge the adoption in court, but she decides not to. She doesn't want to disrupt her son's life. If he's happy, she'll let him be. In the final scenes, Michelle prepares to testify against Ariel. As she walks into court, memories of the years of torment flash through her mind. She recounts everything in detail, demanding justice and declaring she wants her 11 years back. In the post-credit scene, it's revealed that Ariel was sentenced to life imprisonment plus 1,000 years. But just 1 month into his sentence, he took his own life. Michelle eventually rebuilt her life. She married, pursued a culinary career in Cleveland, and wrote a book about her ordeal, which went on to become an international bestseller. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the story. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.